Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about the new makeup releases for this week. So if you want to see what's new makeup, then keep on watching. Also, Micka is today a visitor, so let's do this. I feel like this will be a really short video because I am traveling for the weekend, so I'm filming ahead, which means there are not a ton of releases. Maybe it's a time. Maybe it's just because it's Thursday and not Sunday, Saturday or Friday. I don't know, but we will do this. We will go through this. Micka is watching, so let's do this together and talk about the new makeup releases. So let's talk about everything we have this week. Again, this is a short video. Have that in mind. Please think about that before you're bashing me in the comments. Well, that never happened, but definitely we will talk about Micka Beauty Shop, and they released a new palette, which is the Gem Altar palette, and there will be 12 multichrome eyeshadows in a magnetic palette system, so that is kind of interesting. Now we don't get the inside yet, so I'm thinking next week we will see the inside. Maybe I can talk about that. I do love the outside, especially if there are 12 multichromins there. I love them. That list is colorful. Just have that in mind. I'm not sure. Listen. There is no price tag here, which that is like if there are 12 multichromes are expensive. So I'm guessing this one is a little bit more expensive. And to be honest, I do have a ton of multichromes in other palettes, not a whole palette, but I feel like in a few of the palettes, like Und's Eye normally has multichromes, also newer palettes do have multichromes. So I'm like, listen, I don't need a full palette of it. Is it cute? Probably. Like, we'll see about this, but so far it's a no, just because I'm thinking this will be expensive, and yeah, that's it. So probably no, we'll see. That depends on the inside. When I saw this, I was like, really? Like, we do have a Pickle lip balm. I know, I'm a little bit confused as well. This is by E.L.F. This is their Glow Revival Melting Lip Balm in Big Dill. I mean, it seemed to be a little bit of a green tint, which, I mean, that's fitting. I mean, listen, we had different things. It's not a April Fool's joke, just saying. This is limited edition pickle flavor, and it is sheer green, which I do enjoy. A sheer green, don't get me wrong. It can neutralize like warmer toned lips, so that is kind of cool. But on the other hand, I'm like, do we really need like a green? Like, I mean, why not? Why not? Listen, why not? The only thing I'm a little bit is about the flavor. Like, if this is pickle flavor, I'm not sure about that. To be honest, that is not my favorite. But on the other hand, I do like pickles. But it's not like I love pickles. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm not sure. I'm a little bit, listen, I'm not even sensitive to skin, like scents. But I do feel some scents are better than others. So for me personally, I do enjoy no scent or a little bit more of a fruity scent. I also don't like the heavy scents like caramel or something like this that are like quite, you know what I mean? So for me personally, that is a skip because of the scent. I think I skipped these somehow. I'm not 100% sure. These are the Revolution Bronzing Icon Palette or Bronze Icon Palette, and we do have 4 different shades. These are like similar to the Patrick Tarte, to the One Size, to all of the others. Let's be real. I don't have, listen, I am having to say there are 2 bronzers. One is cream, one is powder, and then there is a highlighter as well. And I feel like the lighter shade is a more yellow leaning bronzer, which could work for me. Would I prefer a neutral bronzer? Yes, I would. But I do understand that this is more yellow leaning. I do think all of the colors look good. There are 4 different shades. Listen, I'm not opposed to that. I think that could be really cute. And again, this I'm not sure about the highlight. but I would try that. I wish though, listen, I wish that there would be like the third shade wouldn't be in highlight, but a glowy bronzer. Yeah, I know, who am I? But I feel like then it fits the vibe, you know what I mean? Like a cream bronzer, a powder bronzer, and then a shimmer bronzer. That would be like, for the blushes, that is exactly what it is. Like it's a cream blush, powder blush, and then a highlighting blush. Yes, is it a little bit lighter? Definitely. I would prefer it would be not, to be honest, so you can like add on to your blush, but that's just me. Just saying. So for me personally, I would love to try that. I think that would be cool, depending. Also, maybe they come to the drugstores, which I would love. Then I could swatch these and see if this is a little bit too yellow leading, because also that is a thing, because I am pale AF. That could also be like a thing. So it's a maybe. Well, we do another stick product. Yes, I do think this is the year of the stick products. These are stick eyeshadows from Zoeva, and they are new and improved. I remember that they had these already at some point, but yeah, they improved them. We do have a ton of neutral shades and one khaki shade, which I'm like, interesting choice. Like, listen, neutrals, khaki. I don't know. Listen, I don't know. I don't hate it, though. I don't hate it. Seem to be like the khaki shade is also the only one that has like sparkle or glitter in it, which that is interesting as well. So I'm like, listen, why not? Why not? These are $28.50. Holy. Yeah, no. Listen, I do, if you already, listen, you know already, I do have oily eyelids. So for me personally, that is always like a 50-50 chance that, technically the chances are worse for me, but technically it's a 50-50 chance that these work on my oily eyelids or they don't. And for me personally, I won't do that for almost $30, because if they don't work on my oily eyelids, I do have to do like move heaven and earth to get them to stay on, and then that defeats the purpose. I'm just saying. So for me personally, this is a skip, especially for the price. I'm not sure if they are cheaper in Europe, because Zoeva is I think a German brand, if I'm not mistaken. So if you ask yourself, they are sold here but not in the drugstores, so that is something you have to keep in mind. Yeah, I would try if I would find a shade that I like, and also if I could try it beforehand, if it's like you know, creasing extensively. Just saying. So for me personally, this is maybe. Also, of course, these are all neutral shades, which I don't mind. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind. I do have a regular life where I'm too lazy to do colorful makeup. So for me personally, that is not the deal breaker here. It is more of a, okay, do they crease or don't? You know? That's just the thing. Okay, this was also a product I feel like brands bring out these days. I saw something similar from Fui, if I'm not mistaken. It was Fui. This is like a lip liner as well as a lipstick, or a theta lip liner, if you will. This one is by Mcgrath, and this one is the Lip Sculpt and Shade Contour Duo. And we do have 12 tones. They are $32 each. And again, you do have a different lip liner, and then you do have a lipstick. Or if you like, listen, you probably could use lipstick as well as a lip liner. Just have that in mind if you have a deeper shade. There seem to be a good variety between nudes for deeper and lighter skin tones. And again, I don't hate the concept of this. I personally have to say though, when I could see myself purchasing that, don't get me wrong, I do feel Mcgrath for me personally is though like going more into the like pinky tones and pinky neutrals and pinky nudes, which I am not the biggest fan of. I do like a good warm toned, like almost yellow leaning nude on my lip, because for me personally, because I am fair and also neutral, I do enjoy that a little bit more. You know what I mean? So for me personally, I have to see them and so swatch these and see if I like them or not. Just have that in mind. I do think though, from concept, this is really good. Again, it's not the first brand that ever released these. I do like that. So for me personally, it's not a deal breaker. But on the other hand, again, I do need to swatch these because again, if I'm having my luck, then I picked up a nude pink, and I'm trying to wear nude pinks more often, but personally I do like a more neutral beige color more. We do have a new eyeshadow palette by Rare Beauty, which is rare. Listen, I don't know when was the last time they released eyeshadow palettes. It's quite a while, to be honest. So this is kind of fun. This is their neutral eye collection, and we do have the essential neutral eyeshadow palette, which is 30 bucks. We do have the Perfect Smoke Universal Volumizing Mascara in brown, which is 24 bucks, and the Perfect Smoke Matte Liquid Liner, also in brown, 22 bucks. So we do have more of a, again, like the collection said, natural eye, which I do think is kind of cute. A brown mascara, a brown eyeliner. Listen, these are things everyone can need or can use. That is kind of nice. The eyeshadow palette is also quite pretty, don't get me wrong. Seem to be that we do have 3 shimmers, and then we do have 5 mattes, if I'm not mistaken. We do have a good combination of colors as well. So we do have lighter tones, deeper tones, mid-tones. That is kind of nice. And again, the shades do look quite good. I don't have anything against that. So for me personally, this is not a skip or something like this. I do think this is kind of cool. Do I need a brown mascara, brown eyeliner, or this palette? Nope, I don't need that. I do have that in my collection. Now, if you are, other than me, a neutral kind of girly, and you're like, listen, I do need one eyeshadow palette, I don't need 15. This could be for you. I do think this is good. For me personally, I would say it misses a really, really light beige or white for my inner corner. That is something that is not involved here. There's a lighter shade, but this is not light enough for me. This is more of my skin tone, probably a little bit deeper. So that is something I am missing, and that is something I am, over the years, think like moved into a perspective where I'm like, yeah, I do like to highlight my inner corner. I do like to brighten my inner corner. So that is missing. But other than this, I do think it's a good collection. Like it. And the last collection is the drugstore one by Essence, which again, I will look after this if I miss something. This is the What the Fluff limited edition. Yes, you heard that right. We do have several things. We do have a lip glaze, a lip scrub, a lip tint, a powder puff set, a eyeshadow palette, a mattifying face balm. Now, is this something I'm caring? No about. There's also, again, the eyeshadow palette is too mid, I would say. And if I say that, I mean that all of the shades look quite mid-tone. You know, I do like a good variety between light, mid, and deep tones. And there is a little bit of a lighter tone as well, like maybe 2. But I feel like, listen, that's not enough. And I do like to deepen up my outer corner, at least a little bit. Even in the time where I started my makeup and I was not into that, listen, even then I tried to use these deeper tones as a liner, for example, or to just like thicken my lashes, just saying. So that would be nice. And again, the lip scrub, glaze or tint, yeah, no. Again, the powder puffs look cute. Do I need them? No. And then we do the eyeshadow palette again. I talked about that. And then we have the mattifying face balm. It's the same like the Catrice one. I'm not a fan. Yes, they work. They work. But it's not beginner friendly. It is not. How many times did I ruin my makeup trying to make this work till I found a way that worked? Which, yes, there is a way. It worked with a fluffy brush and not too much product. If you use too much product, it looks kind of strange. And then it's like, yeah, it works, but again, it's not beginner friendly. At least in my opinion. In my opinion. I feel like this is a quite random limited edition. I don't think, other than the colors which are bright and fluffy, if you will, like there is a big wow, like thick thing on, like squishy thing on the lip gloss. I don't think this is a well thought through limited edition. I do think this is quite random. Am I the only one? I feel it is. Like the eyeshadow palette does not, yes, it fits the vibe, it fits the colors, but it's like, yeah, ugh, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, why are these products in here? You know what I mean? This is like a limited edition because of the limited edition. You know what I mean? Like Essence was like, listen, we do need at least one limited edition before we like go into the spring, or you know what I mean? And I was like, listen, what are we doing? Yes, that's exactly what we should do. It call it what the fluff and then do some random stuff. And I feel like that is, you know, that I can feel, and I'm like, yeah, no guys, can we go through like themed limited? Yeah, it's a little bit too random for me, so it's a skip for me. Okay, I did find another one. And it's the last one for this week. This one is by Profusion, and this is the Long Time No Tea Boba collection. And we do have a ton of things. They all look, I would say, Asian beauty. You know what I mean? Like they have that kind of a design. Also, it's boba tea inspired, which always a thing. We do have setting sprays. We do have tea 4-piece shadow duo and liner set. We do have tints, lip mask, jelly shadow trios. So in general, that is a kind of cute limited edition, to be honest. Listen, I wouldn't mind that. I do like a good boba. So for me personally, that could be something. Profusion, depending on where you buy it. Listen, that could be cute. Do I think you absolutely need that? No, I don't. But I would definitely see if I could find that. That is kind of cute. So this is a maybe. Maybe for me. These were all the new makeup releases for this week. Again, please have in mind that I filmed a little bit beforehand because I'm away over the weekend. So if there are new makeup releases, we'll talk about this in the next video. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Would you want me to try any of these? I feel like if they are quite random. This is a Pickle lip gloss. Just saying, a pick. Listen. Who you like grocery themed boba pickles? Interesting. Just think. So if you want to see any of them in action, leave it down in the comments. I would love to like try these for you. I wish you a beautiful week. I hope you see us in my next video. So yeah. Till my next video, guys. Stay tuned. Bye, guys.